after half an hour, and I met them outside the library, and there were uh, 5 policemen totally came to the place. Um, there was one big male policeman, one smaller policeman, and then male policeman, and then 3 female policemen. And then there was one senior female policeman, 2 junior policemen, female policemen, and totally. So uh, when they arrived, the big male policeman asked me what happened, and I told him exactly. And then he went into the library with the security guard. And then when the police came over, 5 policemen came over, and there was the security guard was there waiting for them. And then he brought the male policeman, the big guy, into the building. And then during that time, the one of the young female policemen asked me what happened, and then I told her that I I told the male policeman one time, and then now told the female policeman, and then she mainly asked me about how I feel. Why do I feel that someone assaults me? So I told her that I feel the private part is moist, and then there's some smelly things. It's like blue cheese, and it's not for my body because I wash my body very clean, and then she accepted what I said, and then when the big policeman came back, and then the young police, and then it seems like they went to a place to talk the situation with the senior police woman. And then during that time, I talked with the young female policeman. It is very strange because one of the senior police woman was disappeared, was I think went somewhere. And then actually, when I talked to the junior police woman, she was there. She listened, and then at the end she asked me again. It's like they are recording what I said, and then get the Hong Kong police to give them response and ask me some other question for crazy making. How I feel that. After I talked with them, and then I wait for them. They talk in German about the things, and then the security guard talk a lot to the policeman. I don't know why. He talked a lot. I don't. The security guard actually was involving in this harassment because he told lie, and because when I asked him if it is the library, he said yes, and then let me go to that place for harassment. And after when I asked the security guard about I fell into sleep, and then I was being molested. He said, "You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't sleep." And I said I didn't supposed to sleep, but I was couldn't control myself. And then he bring me in about the sleep instead about the situation, the molesting. He didn't ask me who the person you think molest you, something like that. He didn't ask about that because he involved in this crime. And then he talked with the male policeman quite a long time. I don't know why, because he know nothing, but he spent a lot of time to discuss with the policeman. And then the police all together, they talk, they discuss things, and then I just stood outside. because when there was no CCTV as proof, there's no point to stay there because there's no evidence. So actually, I want to leave, and then I asked them. They discussed, and then the senior at one point the senior police woman gave a mobile phone to the junior policewoman, and then she asked me again. But the question is quite strange. The senior policewoman asked me, "Now, what do you feel?" I said, I've already told the young policewoman about that, and then she was there at the time. But she told me the junior policewoman didn't understand what I say. So she asked again. But she asked in a very strange way that she said, what do you feel? I said, it's not feel. It is exactly, I feel some voice there, and then I feel like some smelly things is not discharged. But she asked again, do you feel it is like penetration? I said, no, not penetration. Is it someone used the finger to put in your vagina? I said, no, it didn't like that. I said it's just like someone put something in my private part. It is a psychological assault, like something happened in Japan, in the train. And I told the young police woman that in Japan there was some molester. They just touched women's body and then left. And then actually the young police woman at the time, she looked her head. She understood what I said. And then now the senior policewoman says she didn't understand. And then when I talk about the Japan situation as as an example, she just refused. It's not Japan. Japan is other place. He didn't want me to talk about the Japan example. So he denied about the the comparison or the analogy about my situation with the Japan train situation that make the description very difficult. It become couldn't be understand. So she refused to accept to listen about the Japanese example, because when we use example, it makes people easier to understand, but she refused to listen. And this is the senior police woman. And she gave a mobile phone to the young police woman and let her talk with the supposed to be criminal police. And then they told me the criminal police is assessing the case. And this senior police woman should ask me like she asked the question quite precise, and then like knew what happened with me, and I think she has been collecting with the Hong Kong police and Alex Yuan, the abuser actually, and then the senior police woman asked me how do I feel. I said it's not about feeling. It is exactly what happened, and it is some smelly things. It's not discharged. It's not from my body, and she couldn't, enter enter any point that she can challenge me. And then when she talked with some other guys and then came back to me, she asked me very strange question. What did you wear? Did you wear this skirt with this legging? I said no. This is just a scar. This is just a scar that I just wear because it's very cold. And then she asked question about underwear, and then I said uh, she asked very strange question about, did you wear underwear, something like that. And I said, I wear these trousers, and at the time I didn't wear underwear. She get the point, she feel like she get the point, because I have been sexually assaulted um, in the hostel, and then my under my bottom part become like uh, I can't hold the urine because it was loosened, the that private, that urination opening. Then in this morning, at one point, I need to rush to the toilet, and then I feel the underwear was wet, and then I need to took it out. At that point, I maybe, because I had the stalker, when I changed my underwear, then someone filmed me in my legs toilet, in the legs toilet. That's why Alex Yuan know that I didn't wear underwear. And when they contact the policewoman, they they asked her, they told her to ask this question about underwear. So now, if someone didn't wear underwear, it seems like she has some problem, mentally ill, right? And then when she has sexual assault, and then um, and then the police found this relate not wearing underwear to sexual assault, that maybe this person is mentally ill, and she has something problem with her urination part, and then she get this idea about people assault her. So she can relate to this to make something like crazy making. When when she also asked me how did I feel about that guy molested me, I told her that when I came to the space to sit, the guy wasn't there. When I woke up, I saw him there, and he is at my bed doing something. And at this point, she immediately interrupted me about that. Someone at your bed doing something, it didn't mean that he has assaulted you. I agree with that. That's why I told her that I suspect. I'm not 100% sure. That's why she's just tried to refuse my suspicions. Even suspicious wasn't allowed. And then I told her also he looked like quite nervous, and this is actually a sign of someone doing something wrong. And when I took photo of him, he feel nervous. But this policewoman said, if someone looked nervous, it didn't mean that he did something wrong. I agree with that. But in that situation, it's not like that. An Asian who I didn't see in my bed, and then when I feel not right, I went to the toilet to check, and then I feel something problem, and I relate this problem with him. Is quite logical. But this policewoman refused my uh, suspicious. It's not 100%. That's why I need to check the CCTV. If they said they couldn't check the CCTV, that will be end. They don't want to end this because they want to do crazy making. That's why they asked specifically question about whether I wear underwear, because someone at my when a stalker went to the toilet with me, maybe film me, didn't took away the underwear because it is wet, because I was sexually assaulted in the hostel. I didn't report about the sexual assault in the hostel because there was no CCTV in the dormitory. I couldn't give any evidence. And if I went to do forensic test, it will be another chance of traumatic event happen to me, because that will be a big crazy making. So that's why I don't argue with her, and instead of argue with her, I make a record here, so that when their senior police or someone anyway, someone who has a wide mind can understand what happened. What more specifically is that when they ask me about, they refuse any point of suspicious about this guy. When I showed them the photo of the guy I took, they refused. They didn't took the photo. They didn't took the photo of this guy as someone suspicious, because there's no harm to take this photo, right? Because if this guy is suspicious, he should be in the record. But because this is a real evidence, and then they don't want to establish, so they don't want any evidence to be shown here. Okay, so I 100% sure this senior policewoman will tell when when the not wear underwear, she got the point of not wear underwear, and then she told this young policewoman to make a record. This young policewoman will do a record to the criminal police, and then the criminal police get another idea. I have another record in the policeman in the Berlin police system, that I have another chance of I have another case of false accusation. So they should take the photo of this suspicious in case something happened, but they didn't. Okay, it's just not right. It's just not right, because when a victim who thinks someone is suspicious, they should take the photo and then gather the evidence, because they couldn't 100% sure what happened. That's why they should collect all kinds of evidence. They refuse to collect. It's just like on 9th of August, when I report about sexual assault in my room, and I showed the photo of Alex Yuan. He is at the bed to pay people to sexually assault me. The policewoman took the photo but didn't ask me his name. What's the point? He took his photo but didn't ask me his name. What is the point? So these people in a network of bribery. So when after she refused to agree that this man is suspicious, and refused, didn't took the photo of him, then she asked me about she took my ID, something like. I gave her the record of the police record about stolen thing, and then she specifically point to my address, which is the UK address, and then she said, is it your UK permanent address? I said no, I don't have I'm not permanently stay in the UK. I'm freedom Hong Kong. When I told her I am seeking asylum, she don't want to listen. She don't want to listen because because she knew that I fled away from the asylum camp. That's why when I told her I'm seeking asylum, my passport in the immigration, I didn't even have a chance to tell her that my passport is in the immigration. She didn't want to listen because she already know that. Then She asked me if I have permanent address. I said, I have my sister's address in Australia. And then she stopped asking. Okay? And then after a while, she turned to me to talk with the junior police woman who make the record to the criminal police. You know, in the process, this senior police woman, her question and then her response override all the answer I gave to the junior police woman. That means she basically manipulate the narrative about me. Okay, because my narrative about the situation is I was I uh, I was asked to go to this place to in the library to do my things, and then I fell into sleep, and then I woke up feeling uncomfortable, and then I checked the place, I checked my private part, and then I feel the one at the bed suspicious. I connect two things together, and all these things was override by I hadn't wear underwear. I hadn't wore underwear. And then the guy seems like with zero opportunity of him is a suspect. It's not right. And then I don't have a permanent address because of course I'm asylum seeker, and because she didn't want to listen, then that means I am an asylum seeker. That point will not be recorded in the record into the criminal police. That is how the police in the Bible network manipulate the information to the people who won't be who were not under Bible network. So then she turned her back to me, turned her face to me after finishing the record, and then you go to sleep tonight, sleep. And then she basically knew me very well that I didn't have a place to sleep. But I told them that I haven't booked a place, hostel to sleep. I am considering to find a hostel, but I feel like it will be another day of sexual assault. It's very difficult because in a group of police, some of them, especially the middle ranking policemen were under bribery. Then they were in the network, and in a group of policemen, when they arrived to my place, some of them know nothing about the situation, and someone want to manipulate the situation. After the junior policeman listened my case, then at the same time the senior policeman do the recording. So why they spend so much time discuss? There was no evidence because there was no CCTV. There was no evidence. Why they spend so much time to discuss? It was because they have to wait for the Hong Kong police propagandist Alex Yuan to formulate question for them to ask again. That's why I repeat the report to the big male policeman, and then the junior policewoman, and now finally at the end they got the strategy about me didn't wear underwear to relate to the my report about feeling there's some voice unusual smelly things, and then to relate this crazy thing. I didn't wear underwear to this to to my feeling, to what I had discovered. It's just love feeling, but it is very strange that the senior policewoman asked me a lot about your feeling, your feeling, because I won't tell my feeling. I just told her about the evidence that it is real, visible, and but instead of ask ask me about the evidence, like the man at my bed, but she asked me my feeling. I think that this may be the trap to get me confused, because when I start to tell my feeling, she will deny my feeling. Okay, and that's why I didn't tell my feeling. I just want to see the CCTV. So that is what happened. And I want to crack it, and I want to make this record so that I can give this clip to the police in charge in the future, and then they can always get a link to know the real situation. And I don't think there is no CCTV. I don't believe that. And I think if I can provide the photo of the suspicious guy, they should at least take that photo to put it in the record, so that whenever it happens again, they have someone to track with. It is impossible that the police didn't collect the evidence. I think they won't establish it as a case because they did crazy making by the senior policewoman. This is the goal of them, to get one time, another time, another time, and then there is different cases to deny my case. Then when there will be there is very serious sexual assault in situation, this group of police will take reference of the past events, and then they will deny the more serious situation in the future. That is why they need to do this kind of manipulation. So I want to give a record about how I see the police crime report things. And the most important things I want to say is this mobile phone, when first time I call 110, the guy who listened immediately is an English-speaking guy, and then he denied my crime report and asked me to go to the nearby police station. So in this situation, I need an immediate check of CCTV. So the police should come over. Instead, I go to the police station to report. And then someone helped me to call the police, and then the situation is totally different. That's why there is a scam center. All my outgoing call goes to the scam center with someone listen, and then told lie. And I think they are also police, but they know there was someone responsible for my case in case I call, and he may be at home to listen this call and then deny my case. So yes, this is what happened now. Like this is the deep state situation, and it is to protect myself. Okay, I would like to end the recording here. Bye bye. Good night.